Nacho side. After the discussions they had and it was close to being done, now there is still no green light from the player and from the club. So the situation of Nacho remains open. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we touch on Manchester United bid, we touch on Joao Neves, we touch on Willian, Estevao and Chelsea, but not only, many other things to mention, also a deal that could collapse. Managers, let's jump into it together. Let me start today's video by mentioning the situation of Chelsea future signing, and remember the name because it's gonna be a special one, Willian Estevao, because last night Willian Estevao, together with part of his family, together with part of the staff from Chelsea and part of the staff from Palmeiras, had the first main part of medical test as new Chelsea player. Remember that we are talking about a winger born in 2007, left-footed, considered one of the best talents not just in South America but around the world. He's a fantastic talent, fantastic player who was in the list of several clubs around Europe, but Willian Estevao will be a Chelsea player. The here we go came weeks ago. Then what happened? Chelsea and Palmeiras had some discussions about the payment terms, how make it happen with the payment terms, because Chelsea will pay the same amount of the clause, but with add-ons. The structure of the deal, from what I'm told in the final agreement, will be 40 million euros guaranteed for Palmeiras. Then 20 million euros easy add-ons. So Palmeiras believe that they will 100% receive 60 million euros from this deal for Willian Estevao, and then there will be 5 million euros in difficult add-ons. So this is the structure of the deal, but the important part now has been done because there is the agreement between clubs, and the here we go is confirmed, the agreement between the player and Chelsea, and the here we go is confirmed also here, but now the formal step of medical test. So Willian Estevao will be a Chelsea player, and the agreement is done, waiting to sign all the documents really soon. What's the point with Willian Estevao? The player will be a Chelsea in 2025 when he will turn 18, so this is the formal step needed because of the rules, and I can confirm what I said guys. The intention at Chelsea is first of all to make him sign a contract till 2032, so a very long contract at the club, but also a crucial point is that Chelsea have no intention, at least this is the plan today, we will see in football things change very fast, but today the plan they presented to Willian Estevao is to have the player immediately with their first squad next year. So Willian Estevao is not expecting to be with the academy, Willian Estevao is not expected to go on loan, Willian Estevao is expected for the current plan to be a Chelsea player immediately, as soon as he arrives in London next year. So we will follow this story, but Chelsea have completed one important formal step, medical test for Willian Estevao. Something I also wanted to mention, guys, is about Nacho, because we know that Al Ittihad and Nacho have been in discussions, in negotiations in the recent days. There is a proposal on the table, 2-year contract, a really important fee in terms of salary for Nacho, who is out of contract at Real Madrid. What's the point? Negotiations are advanced. We reported the news from L'Equipe, and we know that it was, and it is, a concrete negotiation between Nacho and Al Ittihad, but what we can say today is that there are doubts. There are still doubts on both sides, on Al Ittihad side and on Nacho side. After the discussions they had and it was close to being done, now there is still no green light from the player and from the club. So the situation of Nacho remains open, and there is a chance, it's not guaranteed yet, but there is a chance that this deal could collapse. So Real Madrid are waiting for Nacho to inform them on his final decision on the future as soon as possible. At the end of April, Nacho told Real Madrid in an informal way, in a friendly conversation, that his intention was to leave the club and to try a different experience. We know that Nacho doesn't want to go to any other European club, only Real Madrid in Europe. He had the possibility to go to Italy, to Spain, also other countries, but he didn't want to negotiate because in Europe for him is only Real Madrid. But now Real Madrid are waiting to see what Nacho wants to do because his contract is expiring, but if Nacho decides to stay, Real Madrid are open to discussing with him. So it really depends on Nacho. Go to Al Ittihad, confirm this deal, or change his mind and stay at Real Madrid. They are waiting for Nacho to inform the club with his final official decision. Let's see what happens. Al Ittihad are still there, but it's still not a guaranteed deal, and we know how this could have an impact on the future of Lenny João. So we will touch also on this, but João is a Real Madrid target, but it's not a done deal. Also also because they are waiting to understand what's gonna happen with Nacho. So keep close eye to this situation. Keep close eye to centre-backs also for Manchester United, because yes, they made a bid for Jarrad Brandtwaite. We reported here on YouTube yesterday that the player is keen on the move. Personal terms are not an issue, so he would be open to going to Manchester United even without Champions League football. But I can confirm what I said here yesterday, guys. Everton have no intention to sell Jarrad Brandtwaite for normal money. They want at least 65-70 million pounds to start a concrete discussion to sell Jarrad Brandtwaite. For the bid made by Manchester United, 35 million pounds plus add-ons, this is something that Everton have absolutely no intention to entertain. They rejected immediately, and they believe that the player is absolutely not leaving the club for that amount of money. So forget about 35 million pounds plus add-ons for Brandtwaite. That was the message from Everton. But let me say also that Manchester United have 3 more options in the list for the new centre-back. It's not just Brandtwaite. So the situation is absolutely open. Brandtwaite remains in the list. Brandtwaite remains a player they like, but Everton say Manchester United paid important money for centre-backs in the recent years. Obviously, there is Harry Maguire example, but also others, and they don't want to accept something like 35 or 40 million pounds. This is not going to happen. So for Everton, it's big money or nothing. Also because they have a feeling at the club that something important could happen around Amadou Onana this summer. Keep an eye on Amadou Onana, because at Everton they believe that some big club could appear for Onana. In that case, if they sell Onana, they would be more than happy to keep Brandtwaite at the club. So let's see what happened with these movements. We know Manchester United are one of many clubs monitoring closely the situation of Joao Neves, super talented, fantastic midfielder at Benfica. Man United have sent their scouts multiple times, same also for Arsenal and Manchester City. In the recent year, they've always been there in attendance to follow the player, these 3 clubs. But Paris Saint-Germain are also there. Paris Saint-Germain are monitoring Joao Neves. As Le Parisien and RMC reported, it's a name that we have to consider as a possibility for Paris Saint-Germain as a target. Let me repeat what I told you weeks ago. Benfica want the release clause for Joao Neves. The release clause is 120 million euros. So to start the discussion, they want something around the release clause. They will not accept something like 60 or 70 million euros. This is the message from Benfica. So has to be big money for Joao Neves, or absolutely no chance to sign him this summer. And again, the clause is the reference for the club, 120 million euros. So we will follow the situation. Is strong interest from Paris Saint-Germain, but there are also other players on PSG list, and so Joao Neves could be absolutely an interesting situation to follow. Interesting to follow in these final days of the week, the situation for 2 managers. There is the here we go for Fabian Hürzeler, the German manager, 31 years old, the youngest in the history of Premier League, to be the new Brighton manager. The deal is done. Agreement on compensation fee between Brighton and St. Pauli. Now just waiting for him to sign the contract, a 3-year deal till 2027, but everything is done. So Brighton fans, enjoy your new manager, Fabian Hürzeler. Deal done. And then, important to mention also that Roberto De Zerbi to Olympique Marseille, everything is proceeding very well. De Zerbi has an agreement with Marseille, 3-year contract also in this case, 2027, just waiting for the agreement on compensation, but Marseille will pay the clause, 6 million euros to Brighton, and so everything will be fine. It's just a technical, legal step now to make, but it will be okay. So we can say that Roberto De Zerbi will be new Olympique Marseille manager, a huge coup for Pablo Longoria and Mehdi Benatia. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, starting from Joao Neves, which club should go for this fantastic midfielder, but also Nacho, Al Ittihad, Real Madrid. What's your feeling? What should he do? Brandtwaite, Man United, would you go for him or a different centre-back? And also guys, your opinion on Chelsea signing Willian Estevao for 2025. Send him here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio.